Hey, it's Jim Delaney. We're here in my hometown, the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And we're here for the PRSA conference. Come join me as we head inside to hear from some of the best in the business. Good afternoon, Jim Delaney here. We're here at PRSA in beautiful Philadelphia. And we're here with Doug Simon with DS Simon Productions. Yeah. And it's a pleasure to have you here.
Glad to be here, Jim.
What exactly is video storytelling and how does it work?
What's evolved is how consumers, audiences consume content. It's dramatically changed. And what we see now is video is clearly the most powerful means of communication. It's how people want content. People are, I don't want to say they're lazy, but they don't like reading as much. If given the choice, they'll watch video versus reading. So as brands, you have to be aware of that and identify what's the content that will resonate with your audience. We actually have a trademarked approach to helping our clients called PRSA, and it's about identifying what's the behavior you're trying to change. Okay, who are these people that you're trying to change? What's the content that will be persuasive for them? Where do they consume it? So what can we create that we can get in front of them that will actually change behavior in the direction the organization wants? We're used to writing copy in the PR industry. So instead of thinking about, okay, what do we want them to say, change it to, what do we want to show? What are we going to demonstrate? And what you'll find is the copy actually flows naturally from what you're demonstrating, what you're showing, and it makes you more creative and more effective as a communicator. The other key point in visual storytelling is before you start a project, decide what's your elevator pitch to get someone to watch this video. If you can't think of one, you probably shouldn't waste everyone's time and money doing the video. So have a pitch for why it's relevant before you start. That's going to drive the narrative.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit now about the work that you do with video, particularly in the context of social media networks. There's a lot of different networks, and tailoring the video to that network, it probably makes a lot of sense, right? For example, YouTube versus Facebook versus Vine.
And there's a concept we call transmedia content, where you're creating it and it's got to be relevant across platforms, and it also has to be tweaked so it makes sense across platforms. And getting back to PRSA, is it going to do something for the brand? I can get it on Vine and have the greatest 6.5 seconds that have ever been accomplished in the history of the human race. But if no one who cares about my brand is consuming that content or seeing any of the offshoots of that, why?
So it sounds like you've got to be able to understand your audience and make sure that the video that you're serving up on various different social media networks is actually a place where they will go.
It's authentic, and what will happen, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, because if it's relevant, the correct networks will choose to use it because they're not in the business of putting stuff on their sites that don't make sense.
Okay, so you're a veteran of the communication space.
I am.
And there are a lot of young PR professionals walking around this conference. Yeah. So what's some of the advice that you might give them, sort of some of the learnings, and particularly as you see the trends in the marketplace developing, what should they know?
As an employee, you have to be aware of creating your brand, make sure it stands out within your organization so people gravitate to you to get projects done.
Well, this has been Jim Delaney here at the PRSA conference in Philadelphia with our special guest, Doug Simon. Thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure, Jim. Nice to work with you.
Pleasure.